Hi, welcome to my kitchen. This is Diana, and today we're going to make a boule, which is like the easiest bread ever. I am going to make a sun-dried tomato, Kalamata olive, goat cheese, and fresh basil loaf. So let's get started on the basic bread. So basically, you've got 4 cups of flour. You can either use bread flour or regular flour, 2 teaspoons of instant active yeast, and 2 teaspoons of salt. If you're using regular yeast, your water, actually you just use tap water for this because you're going to leave it overnight, so it doesn't matter what the temperature of your water is. So basically you're going to put your yeast and your salt on opposite side of your bowl, mix it up with your hand, and on this one I'm using bread flour, but you can use regular flour if you want to. And then it takes about 3 cups, but don't just automatically drop in 3 cups, otherwise it's going to be kind of weird. And you're wanting to have a wooden spoon with no holes in it, because this is what you're going to stir with. I found this on another YouTube guy that was doing bread. Like, the dough is so sticky and it gets all over everything, but if you use the handle, it's a lot easier. So I'm going to put in maybe 2 cups, and then you just stir it. And what you're looking for, I don't know, I guess you'd call it a shaggy dough. So just stir. And then if you don't think it looks shaggy enough, add just a touch more water. And this looks like it's going to be probably 2 cups, if that. So basically, sorry, I added too much water. And I mean, you can throw in like a cup of whole wheat if you want to, but I found that when you do that, sometimes it doesn't rise as well as it should. So basically you want your dough to kind of look like this. Okay? Once you got that done, easy peasy, extra squeezy. All you got to do is cover it with Saran. You want to make it airtight. Oops. And me, I usually stick it in my oven with the light off overnight. Sometimes I've left it in like 2 days and it still comes out good. So this one I started yesterday, which is a huge, this one is 6 cups of flour. Oops. So, see, look how, and it smells very yeasty. Anyway, so what you're going to do, hands, no jewelry, throw in, this looks like about maybe a 1/4 cup of fresh basil. I've got maybe 2/3 cup of Kalamata olives that I've kind of cut small, because there's nothing worse than getting a big chunk of olive. And then sun-dried tomatoes, and I think there's like, what, 1/4 cup. And then all you want to do is just kind of, see what I mean? Is roll everything into the middle. And you don't really want to have like your olives and stuff exposed because they get all crunchy and weird. And then you're going to get this is easiest if you have parchment paper or something. Even you could even I don't know, use your cutting board or whatnot. Otherwise it's a real pain in the butt to clean. So, and then you dump it out onto your paper, and you're gonna let it set for 20 minutes. And just make sure it's your surface is heavily floured. See? And, ooh, forgot the important part. Heat your oven to 450 if you can. You want it to be a very high temperature. And what you want to do is you're going to be cooking this in a Dutch oven. So you're going to want to heat your Dutch oven with the lid on while you're preheating your oven. So cover this with your Saran Wrap. And give it 20 minutes. And in 20 minutes we will put it into the pot. I forgot to put the goat cheese in. So I'm basically gonna kind of just chunk off pieces of goat cheese and then fold it into. I really like goat cheese. Not a lot of people like goat cheese, but oh, and when you're putting in like your sun-dried tomato or whatnot, just do it however much you want. There's no real set, oh, you gotta have a 1/4 cup or you gotta have a 1/2 cup. Just do what you like. If you don't like Kalamata olives, don't put Kalamata olives in. You can even do those green pimento stuffed one. So basically I'm just putting the goat cheese on the top and then rolling everything over so that it covers it.
What kind of goat cheese are you using?
I am using Kirkland. So it's the Costco brand of goat cheese. So, I mean, I don't think you want to use the best, most expensive goat cheese you can get because it's all just going to melt anyway. Tala! No, wait. Tala! No, wait. Tala! Okay. 20 minutes. This is really hot. So I had the lid on, took the lid off. When you do stuff like that, make sure you put your pot holder on the thing so people know not to touch it. So I'm going to attempt to put this in delicately. Actually, let's put some flour on the top or the bottom. And then this is the tricky part. Yes. Ta-da! flour on it. Oops. Put the lid back on. You are going to bake this in your super hot oven for 30 minutes. Once the 30 minutes are up, you take the lid off. Cook it for, I usually cook it for 30 minutes, but I also temp it. You want it to be at least 190 to 200 degrees. Oh, forgot to tell you, when you're doing your water, you can use just regular room temperature tap water. But if you're making regular bread, if you use the instant yeast is, the water has to be 120 to 130. If you're using regular yeast, it's 110, 100 to 110. Okay, so anything else? Nope. All you gotta do is wait for it to cook, and then you take the top off. Okay, so I baked it for a half an hour with the lid on, and I took the lid off and baked it for another 30 minutes. And now I'm gonna temp it. Should be about 200 degrees. Oh yeah. All right. Now, when I cool my bread, I prefer to have it not laying flat. So I usually try to prop it up so that it gets cool all the way around. See how pretty it is? I mean, I guess I could have sliced it, you know, put like this cute little thing on it, but we've let the bread cool for 20-25 minutes, and now we're gonna cut into it. Ooh, ow, ooh, ow, ooh, ow. Okay, just so you know, I used organic whole wheat flour for this. If this was white flour, white bread flour, it would have risen a lot more. So, anyway, you usually want to let your bread cool completely before you cut into it. Otherwise, it gets kind of weird. All right, let's... use a serrated knife. Oh my God, it's so soft. This is what it looks like on the inside. And we've now got a new taster. My old taster was fired. And it has to be slathered in butter. It's hot, honey.
Okay.
Smell it.
Mmm. Mmm. I got a big chunk of goat cheese. Really good.
Like the biscuit dough, as soon as you take it out of the pan, make sure you soak the pan. Otherwise, it's gonna be heck to clean. So thanks for watching, and leave comments. If there's something else you want me to make, tell me. Or if you think I'm really stupid, tell me that too. All right, see you next time.